Today, I want to tell you about my 2026 gratitude practice that I have already started because I started my planner early. So let me show you. You may remember that a few weeks ago I ordered my new Plum planner. Here it is, a little different than what I normally order in terms of cover, something a little bit more plain, no florals, nothing like that, but I have been absolutely loving this. Still getting used to it because I added the 3 months, October, November, December of 2025, and then all of 2026. So it's also a little bit different because it doesn't have any weekly. So I open it up here. Let me just show you real quick. We have got the monthly. And then after that, it's just notebook pages. So there's really not much happening here. The goal for this planner was I wanted it to be a keepsake. I keep my planners. I like to look back. I like to look at what my to-do list was, what I was doing at this particular moment in my life, memories, things like that, where I was on a specific date. So one thing that I decided to start doing, and I'm gonna do it as a goal, all of 2026 is I am doing a gratitude practice, and I have decided to put it on the monthly. So at a quick glance, this is what it looks like. I don't love this current layout in terms of my design, but we're gonna go for it for the month of November, try it again in December, and then we might evolve, which I'll elaborate on that in a moment. But I just want to explain what I'm doing. I am gonna take one gratitude, one moment, one thing that I'm really grateful for each day and try to do it from now until the end of 2026. And it's something that I really wanna do because I think it makes me stop and appreciate the little things and find, even if it's small, one thing to be grateful for each day. And by knowing that I'm gonna write it down, it helps me look for those moments in my day too. So for example, I was on a walk the other day and I saw this butterfly, and it wasn't like, ooh, I'm on a walk, I see a butterfly, I like butterflies, I'm gonna put that down. But the way that it was up on the top of somebody's house, it didn't fly, it almost floated down, and it was really interesting. And I was like, that was really cool. And I was like, okay, it's not just like I feel like I have to write something. I specifically noticed this and I want to do that. The other thing too is that they don't have to be big things. It doesn't have to be something huge. So I just want to tell you a couple of the things that I have written down for the first few days of the month and then tell you my plan going forward. So first day of the month, Saturday the 1st, I said last night was the best Halloween of my whole life. I got to go trick-or-treating with friends and family, and it was the coldest Halloween that we have had here in Florida in the 10 years we've been living here, and it was so perfect. It was just like the perfect night. All the kids were at the perfect age for it. The neighborhood was just alive. Everyone was so excited. Even these middle school boys, they came to our house at the end of the night, and I was like, do you want all of our candy? Because I'm closing up shop. I'm turning the lights off. They were so excited, so polite, so respectful, and it was just like the perfect Halloween. So that was my little gratitude for the first. For the second, I was folding laundry, and I noticed my 6-year-olds they're like jegging bell bottoms. And I was like, they're like so small. They're not baby clothes, but I'm like, one day I'm gonna have a teenager and then an adult, and I'm never gonna fold size 6 bell bottoms ever again. And they were just like so cute. And I was like, these are so cute. And I was like, that's like a moment, you know? So I put that down for the second. The next one is how clean my windows looked after just a little bit of Windex. I have not cleaned my outside windows actually ever since we moved in almost 4 years ago. I know that's terrible, but I just popped them open and I sprayed some Windex and I wiped it for a few minutes and they were green and it was awful. But then looking outside, the sky looked so blue and it was so amazing. And sometimes I either wait until I have time to clean everything perfect 100%, or I don't do it at all. And I was like, why don't you just wipe out the windows today? And it was so worth it because it made such a difference. So spoiler alert, a lot of this has to do with cleaning because little things that I wind up doing, even if I can't do 100%, I do 80% and it's still so worth it. The next day was the look on my daughter's face when she told me that she was student of the month, and it was also the look on her face when she saw the look on my face because I had tears in my eyes and she was like looking at me like I was crazy. But she was so proud, and she just started kindergarten, so all of the school stuff is new to her. But she's like, they told us to go to the media center because we're the student of the month. And it was just like so cute because she had never experienced that. So that was like such a sweet moment. The next thing is a deep cleaning my shower. Well, maybe the deep cleaning and the bleach didn't make me happy, but I was so grateful for a clean shower. And like I said, a lot of this is cleaning related, but I'm in a little bit of a like wanting less stuff moment in my life. I'm just really reevaluating what I want. And sometimes I think what I want is to overhaul a bathroom or get something brand new. And what I really need to do is just clean it. I need to clean it, bleach it, declutter it, wipe it down. And I'm like, oh, I can enjoy this space again. And I didn't need anything new. I just needed to straighten it up or deep clean. So I did that, and it's just like so sparkling clean. So 10 out of 10 recommend that. If you are thinking like I really need a refresh in a space, try cleaning before buying. That's my tip of the day. Okay, next day. I forgot that I had leftover gingerbread tea in my pantry, and I went in there to make a cup of tea and I was out of chai, and I was so sad because I didn't have regular chai, backup chai, like anything, and I was like, oh, you have gingerbread, and I was like, that's even better on a day like today because it's the holidays now, and it just was like such a nice moment. The next day I wrote, my foot doesn't hurt at all. A year ago I was having a lot of foot pain, and I was scheduled to run in a race and I didn't do it, and I am gonna do a 5K next week, which isn't like huge, but it's the first 5K of my 30s, which is good because that chapter's coming to a close in the next little bit. And so I'm like, if I'm gonna get a race in, I should do it now, since I didn't get one in the last, I don't know, almost 10 years. But I'm really grateful for that because I did a lot of like, different types of shoes, special house slippers, like the little massagey spiky thing. And a year ago, it sometimes hurt to walk, and now it doesn't hurt to walk at all. And I'm like so grateful that I can do a 5K, right? It's something small, but it's something I couldn't have done a year ago, and I am all signed up for that. So good luck to me. We'll see how it goes. Okay, next one. I got a genuinely nice compliment from someone on my hair. And it wasn't like, oh, your hair looks nice. She was like, your hair looks so good, and it's so like voluminous. And I was like, thank you, because I actually tried. When you have days where you get a compliment and you're like, I actually did put some effort into this. So thank you for noticing. It was just like really genuinely nice, like specific. It wasn't a general comment. It was like, I'm gonna tell you this specific thing I like. And I was like, that's so kind of you. Had a little cold. I don't know, the weather has been changing a lot. And yesterday I was not feeling it. And I just got in bed with an ice pack and I laid down for an hour and it felt like heaven. It was so nice. And sometimes just like the feeling of being in your bed is just amazing. And again, it's something small, but it felt so good. Okay, the next day. The weather, and maybe this is why I wasn't feeling good the day before, the weather changed and it was like a perfect 60 all day, so crisp. The humidity was gone. We went to Disney, saw our first holiday tree of the season, and it was perfect. Okay, next one, my tree. We have 3 trees, but we have a family tree, and it's all of these ornaments from the last like 15 years that we have made, crafted, been gifted, like all sorts of things. It looks a little chaotic, I'm gonna be honest, but it is such a special tree. And my mom just sat for an hour and helped me unwrap all of the ornaments, and there's like tissue paper and paper towels and like boxes everywhere, and it's done and it looks so pretty. So that was just like a nice little like, oh, the tree's done and it looks nice. And the last one, like I said, lots of cleaning here. I washed my bath mats and they are so fluffy. Like when you get out of the shower and you step on them, you're like, oh my gosh, like this is not just regular like it is, the rest of the other 90% of the time. My bath mat is so fluffy under my feet. And the point of this is like, I haven't like come into large amounts of money. I haven't won anything. I haven't like, nothing huge has happened in my life. But when I look at these really small things and I jot them down, I feel so grateful, one, for these things, but two, like the perspective that I have of my life of like, I truly don't like yearn for like more things or nicer things or a bigger house. I genuinely am content with these things in my life, and writing them down and recording them, one, is a reminder of that. And two, I'm going to be proud, I think, to look back when I'm hopefully 80 or 90 or 50 or whatever, and just see these little moments. So I'm really glad. Now, the only thing about this is I thought, okay, I'm going to use colored pencils. You can see here, it's like not cute. It's not cute. November colors like browns and reds and oranges and yellows, and it's not cute. But what I think I'm gonna do is finish the month the way that it is, and then maybe for December, we're gonna try some stickers. Maybe we'll try markers instead of colored pencils, but I will be back with an update on this hopefully early in 2026, but I'm really excited. If you're gonna do this, I have 2 tips for you. The first tip is to not think that you're gonna do this every single day and then give up and get discouraged. So what I would do is start a note in your phone of your things, number the days 1 through 30, 1 through 31 for the month, and put your things in there, and then sit down with a cup of tea at the end of the month, get your stickers, get your markers, get your whatever, and then put it all out, and it's like a little project. So you don't have to like sit down every single day and write something down, because you might not do that, and don't let that discourage you. The second tip I have, maybe you want to get a planner specifically for this. In that case, I definitely don't recommend like something like this, but I am obsessed with I think it's Sugar Paper. They have a pretty large, I think it's about an 8 by 10, 8.5 by 11 monthly. It is really nice paper, and it's wide open. It doesn't have lines on it. It would be perfect for something like this. So just go get, if you want to do this, or you don't even have to buy anything. You could do it in a notebook, but if you want it in a planner, a skinny, thin monthly planner where at the end of the year, it's like a keepsake. And on the last day of the year, you can just look back and be like, wow, here's 365 little happy moments that make me appreciate my life. And I just think it's like a really nice practice. So this is my start to November. I'll be back, like I said, in early 2026, but I just think this is a really good practice, and I don't know, I like it already. So anyway, if you do something like this, if you already do something, if you do it in your phone, if you do it in your planner, if you do it on the weekly spread, because some weekly spreads do offer a gratitude portion, or maybe it's a weekly gratitude versus a daily, let me know in the comments below, because I always like to hear what other people are doing. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, and I will see you next time.